head, shoulders, knees and toes. She does zote tuziwache kwenye floor. Anywhere you want, baby, we can go. Kona zote hadi Monaco. Me say head, shoulders, knees and toes. She does zote tuziwache kwenye floor. Anywhere you want, baby, we can go. Kona zote hadi Monaco.
Travel around the world, you know what I love about me. You know that ain't nobody good for me. More than me, so show me how you really wanna move. Songana dumba, too close, moyo wangu unadunda. Ushaka funga, lukuna dunga. Sweet love, I dey call it my sugar. Feel the music in my head.
You're now listening to the best music.
Find me waiting in your bed. Live the other text on red.
I'm missing head, shoulders, knees and toes.
Yeah, good afternoon. 40 minutes literally past the top of the hour. Hope you're doing amazing. Having a beautiful Tuesday, grand rising. Good afternoon, good evening from our end. Hope you're doing amazing, of course. Hope your week so far, Ecofiti, you're doing great. And of course, welcome to another time of the reaction time right here on the media of the 21st century. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 4:30 to 5:30 or from 4 to 5. Declines with the time, but better late than never. My name is Joby, the captain of today, as always. But of course, we got Shumani in the building.
Wagwan, everybody, welcome to the reaction time. We're about to react to a lot of videos, and of course, just keep it locked. Let us know your thoughts about it. Of course, the Bahamas niggas, y'all better get ready and keep it locked. They call me Esther to the money plan.
Siku Zombo Tote, how you doing, Shumani?
I'm doing amazing. I'm happy, man. I'm
Come on.
just chilled.
Come on.
I don't know. I feel like peace. October.
I love the fact you've embraced your hair for the last like 3 weeks,
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah.
That's nice.
I have no options. This is longer.
Why?
Scam.
Oh, I couldn't tell literally. I just
Yeah,
couldn't
for
tell.
real.
It really
Yes.
looks nice. You
Seriously,
look,
and,
look like a young child, you know,
I know,
high
right?
school. Mwenye amemaliza high school, kafresha.
I know, right?
It's giving kafresha.
And shout out to somebody who has been putting me like an kite nayo.
You really look good.
Thank
It
you.
looks nice on you.
Mtu alidhani nimenyoa. So I've been thinking about shaving.
Because at me some point ukiangalia niko like kwani amenyoa, niko like
Yeah,
you
a
look
lot of
good.
people, the first time somebody saw it with me, akasema, aki wewe afadhali umenyoa. I'm like, come on.
But you still look good with
And-
short hair even when you do the short
And then
hair.
I really wanted to actually shave.
Mm.
Like even this Saturday I was thinking, ilikuwa nishatoka hadi nakuja Black King. So then I'm like, Shmani, really?
You don't want to do that.
And then I called Jocelyn, she's like, chill.
Yeah, there are times that I miss kutengeneza hiyo nywele uko like I wish I can just
You
do
know, I'm not
this.
like you. Oh, nah, yako is a few months you're back. Like, you never, nadi ushanishinda.
Imagine it's a year. You
It's
may
a
grow
year?
faster, yeah. It's
Yeah.
really grown super quick. Even
Yeah,
nikishuka juzi alikuwa kwa mama alikuwa ananiambia unachunganga nywele yako naambia wapi? I'm so lazy at taking care of my hair. So lazy. Mimi sipakangi mafuta, which sounds so crazy as a
Do you
woman.
like apply anything?
Nothing.
But you
I'm
still
so
apply stuff.
careless. I'm so
Okay.
careless. The only thing, nini rose water ilikuwa ya uso
Okay.
hiyo. That's
Oh.
different.
Wow, me,
Yeah.
me sometimes nashukingi missy DM.
Me too.
Because me, I don't have this girly behavior.
Me too.
Like I really, sometimes I learn, like the highest I can go is makeup, and it's like just basic makeup, you
Me
know,
too.
nothing complicated.
Me makeup I'll do extra, but I think I don't have skincare routines.
Hata mi
I don't
sina.
have hair surgery products that I use specifically, which I should, because that's where actually most of the hair breaks
How
kuja
unashanga
utapata
nywele na nini?
just kwa salon.
Oh, okay, me hadi na nini?
Yeah, maybe in my house, maybe just shampoo. I have like my own personal sasa za nyumba kidogo.
Mi naosha na sabuni ya kuoga.
Hiyo kama sina shampoo,
Hand it
then
works.
conditioner. Conditioner
Okay.
is just a must because I've learned conditioner actually
Yeah.
helps a lot
Yeah.
with the hair.
Okay.
But yeah, my week is good too.
Oh,
Can't
you look
complain.
amazing.
Thank you.
Remember the dress from TV?
I know, it's been a minute. Man, I was waiting for my leg to come
To
back.
come
For,
back.
I showed thighs.
I know, right?
You thought I'd left the charts? No, I'm so back. But yeah,
Period.
my week is doing amazing.
How is
Can't complain. October is nice. Just kind of feeling ish. I hope I'm not really getting sick. Shout out to Kamlesh, quick recovery too. He's not feeling well today. That's why he's not here with us. To call him a Bahamas nigga, but we love him. But yeah, my week is fantastic. Really looking forward to the rest. Venye itakuwa. I don't wanna get sick at all.
Don't get sick.
Bana.
It's bad.
But yeah, today we have amazing videos to react to. We have something to do with culture, how it has made a difference. Actually, not really a good difference, but negative difference. This especially the Swahili culture.
Okay.
There's a video I was just listening to right now of a lady who's talking about how there are things that are actually brought and taught in the Swahili community which shouldn't, because it's sexualization of a child at a very young age. But as we discuss that, we're gonna also discuss about what is currently happening. That is what is currently happening in I think sio kama ni parliament ama ni wapi huku, but we have these politicians who are calling Ruto thief because of the SHA. You know, the social health care has not been working. So many people have been complaining. We had actually cancer patients last week demonstrating and all that, and much more videos zenye zitatokea tuone venye kutaenda. Na I don't know if you guys you reacted to this video, this today tunaibishana. No? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that one too. But yeah, we're gonna start with this one right here of this Swahili lady. And of course, for those who are with us as well on the network on YouTube, I'll be sharing the video, of course, with you as well.
Probably gonna get a lot of backlash for this, but it's something that I've been thinking about for years, and I've wanted to talk about it. Yes, I'm gonna talk about the Swahili culture. And this is my opinion. You're entitled to yours, just not on my comment section. So there's this thing that happens in the Swahili culture, and I've gotten so many DMs about it. Let's talk about intimacy first. You're married, but before you get married, you're taken through so many classes. How to cook the best dishes for your husband, how to the best sex positions, how to boost your libido for your husband, how to dress for your husband. And you see these kungwis, whenever they are trying to show you how to please your husband, they come with a tray, there's a flask, there are like a million towels, there's a mortar and pestle, I don't know what you're about to grind. And you're taught, basically from the moment you're younger, you're literally groomed on how to take care of a man. Like, to a point that even when you're making a certain dish and you mess up, your family is like, how are you going to survive in your husband's family if you don't?
I don't think it's actually the Swahili alone. Personally, I'm gonna give my perspective of that as I try to cue this video. But I've grown up with the same criticism. Shout out to my dad, man. Like, he's the type of person who could tell me, oh, ujui kupika ugali, unafikiria utaenda kwa nyumba nani, you don't know how to cook ugali, you don't know how to do this, you can't do laundry. Because me never liked, I've never done laundry in my father's house. Only my own laundry. I've never done like the way at the first daughters, or you grow up then you start doing laundry for everyone. Me, I said hell no. Because personally, the fact that when I was picked and I started staying with my stepmom, she was not doing laundry for me. Alinionyesha kavu, kavu. And that's how I had to save up money, my pocket money sometimes, because mtaa unajua unaweza lipa mtu so mbili. Like, that's the most umewafanyia favor kubwa. And you give them like buckets of
even 150.
And they come like two wasaidiana ama kuje tu mmoja peke yake bado atawezana nazo. So I grew up personally saving my own pocket money till ifike hiyo 200 ndo nitapeana nguo zangu zioshwe if I can't literally do it. And because most of the time niko shule, weekends I'm at my dad's shop, the same person you're working for is not paying you, you know, and the same person wants you to become the best version of a wife, a student. Like, there's so much expectation from you. But on this perspective, personally, ya sijui sexualization part, no, that's no. But have I seen my dad trying to corner me with some guys? Yeah, which was very bad.
I agree.
Like, unaambiwa ama let's say ushago, unaambiwa ule kijana ile kijiji ndio anakuanga like this community has succeeded better because they are rich. If it's not about wealth, you're not groomed about being married to someone wealthy to benefit your family back. It's how to please a man always, which is very, very wrong, because it affects most of the women, being honest. Like, there's a lot of sexualization, I feel like, when it comes to girls.
I feel like hiyo imekuwa from not
childhood,
Swahili, like imekuwa like something, I don't want to call it culture, but I'm looking at this situation from a specific, because tulikuwa nilikuwa nasikia video ile side ingine. I'm like, but that is how women have been groomed from kitambo. Look at it traditionally, Joby. Ulikuwa unaambiwa eti wewe kazi yako, even right now you tell your hata tukigrow usitembe na ukijana juu huyu anaka hata nini, unajua like that was the conversation we used to have like growing up. Ama cheza na mtoto wa nani, unajua juu huyu anaka atakuwa kijana mzuri and stuff like that, unajua. And then you look at it traditionally, ulikuwa unaambiwa they used to be told you go for the best hunter, so we kazi yako ni kuendea, unajua, which I think it's like grooming you for marriage from a very small age. Unajua, they don't look at it like that, but that is what it was from kitambo. And I believe right now things are changing because it's been there for years. I feel like it's just been done in different ways through different generations, but it's been there. But it is just sad because mimi it's a time ulikuwa nasikia mimi sikizi eti akina venye hata utapikia bwanako aje na hizo nini zako na makucha ama ujui kupika ugali, ujui kupika chapo. Hata Shonaru did a video about it very funnily. Kutapika chapo ndio inamaanisha sitaolewa, unajua. So you are the things ulikuwa naambiwa tu and they could relate back to marriage. I think because the only thing they knew when women were actually cornered to was marriage. Being a wife. Not crazy. Right now, and you don't find that conversation right now.
That's true. That's so true.
Don't know how to cook. We are literally taught how to chase men from a very young age. But growing up, I got to understand that in order to be with the kind of a man that you dream of, we are reciprocators, we are not initiators as women. So what we need to do is we need to stop chasing but start attracting. All these things, there is no man who's ever asked for all these things. All men have always asked about is, especially a man who respects you, respect and peace of mind. We do so much, we give so much, yet we receive so little. Why don't we?
That is so true. When you talk about the appreciation of a woman, actually I've seen that personally. I've seen it. It's crazy because most of this experience I've also seen with my dad. And shout out to Kitty, likes asking me, how did I escape so much? How was I not able to be trapped where I grew up? It's because of what I grew up seeing, mostly in the households of the people I was living with. Unangalia vitu unaona mtu venye anakutreat uko like, nah, you know, things can be different, right? You know, you deserve better. You know, you can actually get better. And I love using it's not a must. That's my phrase. Si lazima. Like, it's not a must to stay there because the community or the society has set up a certain goal for themselves. That shouldn't apply to you. Like, it shouldn't apply to you. But sadly, she's really talking the truth. Like, you find, despite women being nurtured to become wives, they're less appreciated. Like, it's so less group of men who understand how to take a woman out. You know, especially like during our father's generation, even today's generation, like mtu kubalika tu out, just appreciation of you taking care of his kids, always ensuring his clothes are clean, like the little things, literally. Because it's crazy that people personally always say it's the little things. No longer to kidogo to like someone is gonna do the little thing for me, but I'm gonna be so happy. It's the little things actually that just keeps whatever the relationship lively. You know, that touch of love, and our love lot of bunch of things. You don't have to do too much. Umpeleke Dubai ndo sikie you're the best husband.
You know, personally, I had this girl talk about she's rich, whatever. I think she's dating Sikumbuki. But an academic, and then she was like, I like it when my man gets me gifts. Like, he can get me a Louis bag. She's I think maybe a famous rapper. I'll name this new bag that. It's not
backing,
a backing and stuff like that. I like that, but that's so obvious. You can just go get that any day.
Exactly.
But the fact that I was even telling him, I think that was Cardi or whatever. I was even telling him, oh my God, I can't imagine like one day just wake up in the castle, just storytelling, and then boom, he's booked a trip, and you're out there in the castle, and he's doing like a lot. However much ataki kukaa hapa, he has to go. But the little things are what counts. You know, just somebody who's listening. I feel like women, we give too much already because the perspective of what people view as a marriage, ni lazima as a woman responsibility, clean, you know, cook, whatever,
give birth.
yeah, give birth and stuff
Be
like
the
that. There are
obedient
men who
wife.
don't even want you to cook.
Mhm.
They don't even want you to do the cleaning. Ako like silete hata kama like let ama lete machine. Like buy the machine. Ama leta mama kufua and they'll pay. You know, they
True.
don't have a problem with that.
Fact.
So if it goes down to women doing too much, I definitely agree because that is the perspective. But again, we're in a world of women are you're supposed to reciprocate. I think that is what people don't know.
True.
One thing I've learned about relationships, because I've been in relationships before, and even when I was in a relationship, there are conversations that I didn't have with my partner so much, and looking down to it, it goes back to what do they do? What do they do for you to give back? If they're not doing, don't try to actually prove that you're the hero. I can make it work. I will do this. Don't worry, I got you. They have to get you first.
True.
If they don't get you, then you don't do it.
That's
Stop putting so much energy. I don't know why you feel like ukifanya sana ndio unaonyesha unapenda. Doesn't it come from a point of angalia? Doesn't it come from a point of lack of love as a child?
That's true.
Because it comes back to affect you because you have a lot to
That
give.
is so true. I feel
You know,
like,
look at
and
it
that's
from
why
that
it is so
perspective.
important. Number one, I was telling Kid, ni jana ama I think
Because you have
it
to
is
be
just
selfish.
jana ama
Yeah.
sijui. But we're just discussing these things on a very lighter note. Then I was like, if I'd not been careful and kuangalia vitu observantly and understand what I don't want when I grow up, I would have been affected. Because truly, I'd be a fucked up person if I didn't work on myself, if I didn't work on the things that were around me that could have affected me on a very bad level. But I didn't allow that. I looked at things and I saw how my mom, because looking at my mom actually is just the same story as me. Her mom died young. She was left with their dad. Their dad remarried. All the kids were kicked out. The same cycle. Then it happened to her. You see, got married, divorced. She dies. I'm young.
Yeah.
My dad is already married. And I'm kicked out. See, the same cycle.
Exactly,
So should
the
I
same
repeat the
thing.
same cycle? Because if I don't learn, and actually, this is why we actually go back and understanding we're really spiritual people. As much as we're still stuck on religion, everything again is energy, frequency, vibration. I'm just from listening to that literally. Everything is energy, everything is frequency. Like we are. Hizo vitu zote ziko hapa. So if I don't work on what my previous people did, that's going to still continue within
Even
our
in your life.
bloodline.
Exactly. You will because I feel like most of the time you've been asking because one thing I've learned, I think this is what I wanted to say, is to be selfish with yourself. Be selfish. And it's not crazy because some people say, oh, that's toxic or
Toxic.
hakuna kuwa selfish with everything
How is-
about yourself.
Uh-huh.
Like even if it is your time, be selfish with who do you spend your time with. If it is your bag, where do you put your money? If it is even the people you love, where do you put your love? Be selfish. I saw a quote that says selfish people are the ones that make it and are happy.
And that's
the
true.
moment you actually want to give too much, people will
true.
always take advantage.
That's so true.
And sometimes people take advantage because you're kind. Unajua eti huyo hata na
You have to understand limits as much as you're a giver.
Exactly.
Because Keith was also teaching me, because personally hadi mimi nimejipata in that situation. You're like, you want to tell yourself, it's enough of giving, it's enough of being there for people, it's enough of this and this. Then you find yourself repeating
Doing
the
it
same
again
thing,
and
you know?
again, yeah.
So if it's in you, it's in you. You
I
can't
agree.
change it. But
I
you have
agree.
to know a limit of when you're being taken advantage
Exactly.
of and all that. So going back to that, like until you work on the inner problem, like what we were discussing yesterday, and understand the outer problem as well, the cycles will repeat, and you'll find yourself in that kind of level. This is why you'll find there are women who will stick to abusive marriages, like kwake hiyo ni kupendwa akichapwa.
Because that's what they grew up
Exactly.
seeing.
Like if your husband hits you, he loves you because you don't know better and you
agree.
refuse to know better.
Yeah.
You think that's actually pleasure.
Yeah.
And next minute you make out that's okay. Kuamke na black eye, and the same thing on your cycle. So you have to really work on the problem first.
Yeah, or you grew up without love, and then now when you I feel like it comes to affect you have like somebody was telling me you give whatever you lack most. So kama you are a lover, you didn't get much love. So unapata when you grow up you love so much, like kama uko unapekiwa ukiwa mtoto uko naambiwa unapata ukigrow you actually whatever you lack you give out too much.
That's true.
So
But if it is coming from a healing point, I don't feel like it's anything wrong with it.
I'm not
Unless it's coming from, like you said, a desperate point of attention, of recognition.
Most people
that is
don't
a
know.
hurting person.
Most people don't know Joby the difference, and this is why I believe most people haven't healed. Most people don't even know what's happening. There's a video of this girl mwenye ilikuwa na reacting video zake, sija kaenda kwa chali yake Kisumu akamsaidia akapata accident. The chori mwenye akarudiana na boy wake, this chick
Nairobi?
not Nairobi, the one we used to react to her videos upon reaction, broke up with her Luo man, went back to Kisumu mwenye alikuwa na alibukadi flight siji whatever. Akaenda akachota do, akasanya do kwa watu, akamwambia asaidie boyfriend yake ameanguka, and then wakaachana tena. Is it Lydia somebody? I'm not so sure about
I'm
her.
not familiar with the story.
Yeah, so you've shared a couple of her videos.
The storyteller.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And kuna time kwa sema ude mana birthday kwambia watu waache nini and stuff like that. So people in the comments cause walikuwa nasema eti kijana tarudia tu kwenye alifanya. Akarudiana na uboy akaenda Kisumu, was with him even during the hospital time and stuff like that. And I saw something on the comments on that part. People were saying,
oh yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
And people were saying, check it them. Ni venye tu uko desperate for love. You didn't get love as you are growing up. So you don't know, like, I do want this love is not good for you. So that's the type of love you know, yenye iko toxic and stuff, because it didn't come, you know, it affects you. People don't know, than too. Oh, I'm attracted to this shit. Some people can be in a space where they're conscious enough to know, okay, this was a bad childhood. There are things I would never take, and I'm working towards them. Because before you work, you'll find the same circle. Now utaibeba kwa watoto wako, because that's what you'll give. So you have to be like really cautious. Some people don't even know they're in those situations. Mtu utamwambia cheki. Mungu anaachana na yeye. Awezi. Unaambia cheki umsemichi. Because you grew up kuona, that's what it is. That's what they know. So there are people who don't know Joby. They're just like, it's normal.
Exposure is really important. I always say that exposure will give you open mind of seeing life on different aspects. Because personally with that, despite growing up in different environments of fucked up people, exposure, with that exposure to ya kutoka kwenda huku, maybe this year I'm living here, next year I'm living here, next year I'm gonna be living somewhere else. It just gave me a whole lot of mindset and open mind to think and understand what not to repeat. Because me always say, if being honest, not still chasing my dreams, especially as a model first, I'd be married. Me, I'm very certain. I'm 100% sure of that, because at first I was that girl, like chasing, not even being in relationship because I want to be in a relationship. It's because I'm looking for a home, and because women we fall for words again. You know, we like you said, we like to listen, we like to hear. So a man is gonna tell you what you want to hear,
and women will be
so if you're not smart enough to understand the difference of a man who's telling you what you want to hear and a man who loves you, you gotta listen to what you want to hear, and by the next minute you're pregnant. And especially if it's someone who doesn't care.
I know.
He'll not inside you, doesn't have a plan B money or backup plan, wants you to stay with his mama, he doesn't have his life figured, like, please.
I know.
Take care of yourself, man. So it's not really about the Swahili community, as I wind up what this girl was saying. It's not really about the Swahili community only. It's a whole tradition. Like you said, it's not really a tradition. It's a normalized thing, and it's men.
Culture.
It is men. We are in a system that is men dominated to the point where everything just favors men, and that is the problem too.
But Joby, why don't you look at it from this space? Mbona hatukufunzwa to take care of ourselves first? Because this woman is actually saying eti uko mbele ukienda kuolewa, they actually don't even, they want just peace and respect. Yeah, he'll take anybody, whether you are from a rich family, poor family, whether you dated whoever, so long as you respect that man and you love him unconditionally, he will wife you. So I'm thinking, like, why were we, which is a fucked up culture, why were we actually brought out to please men and not first because you attract that person? Because bona tukufunzwa to be those women so that we can attract the type of men we need, because all they need is just respect.
I agree. I agree, and that's a good question. But I feel like if you go back to real history of Africans, when the kingdoms were there before this political system that we have currently of presidents, when we had kingdoms, like kulikuwa na respect between men and women.
I agree.
I was even giving an example
I
of the
agree, it's
Zulu
still there.
community, right? Sijui ni Zulu or South Africa, wenye madem boobs zinakuanga nje.
Yes, in Zulu it's in South
Meow,
Africa.
yeah, and the Tumini, to Sisal, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was a norm, like in most of the
And they
African
still do it.
traditions, you
Yeah.
know. But kuna places sasa they can't do it anymore because of number one, the rape, whole thing, how it came to exist
Society,
in Africa,
morality.
the morality and all that. People just seeing you as a naked person, not as a person and
Exactly.
everything. So it goes back to number one, how history has been completely just gotten rid of because there was respect. There were rightful ways of acquiring marriage, even for the king who had like 10 wives and all that. There was like a procedure of how you follow up on how to get this wife. You know, it was not just happening or become a no. There was a procedure, and you are, as much as you were being nurtured, there was respect. You know, because you're going to become the king's wife. Not only did the community, the society respect you, like you want to end up a queen, you know, get like, so you're put in a certain hierarchy. You're not being looked down upon because you have to go respect someone else. Your respect was also given. So I think it goes back to just how the system was completely male dominated now, and looking at the white man's culture and system, it has completely gotten rid of Africans' true existence.
Change the narrative by teaching our
Oh shit.
kids that if I'm teaching you how to cook, it's so that you can be able to survive when you go to university.
Exactly.
If I'm teaching you how to do laundry,
Hey, mbona ukwambiwe take care of yourself? That's what I'm saying, and I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Unafunzwa ndio you take care of yourself, not to take care of somebody first.
True.
Because at the end of the day, it's just the respect. Ungeambiwa cheki, respect a man and respect yourself.
Can I
through
ask
respecting
you a
that
genuine
man.
question?
Ask
Were you
me.
taught that?
But respect.
No, how to take care of yourself.
No, not directly like taking care of, because Mimi, I come from a very, and I've been open, like I've been in boarding my whole life, you know, ever since I was a kid, like class 3, I was like 9 in boarding and stuff like that. So most of the things I know is just in streets, and I think like that's why I maneuver so well.
Knowledge.
Yeah, I maneuver so well on the streets. But for people who have lived with my mom on close level, I think they've been taught mostly because hata kuva pad hizo nililearn body. Unajua hata relationship, friendship, because I haven't been in a relationship with my folks like that. It's been just holidays. Na make sure holiday nisiende home. Niende home 1 week, ni stand kwa auntie yangu mdosi pahali or something. Unajua? So I can't. So crazy. I like literally I never like had, and that's why sometimes me and my moms, we don't have like a lot to talk about. We are like in the same room. I'm like 1 hour to Shamal. Like me and my mom,
there was no that connection.
there was nothing.
Growing.
So my sister would talk to my mom for like 2 hours.
Mnaongea nini?
Unasema nini? Like naziishi na wanacheka. Mimi niko tu like direct. Even right now it's direct to the point. Niaje kwaje poa. So hivi na hivi, okay, bye, we'll talk, you know. So I feel like for me that has been me, not taught directly. So that's why I maneuver so well on the streets. I know a lot of street smart.
True. I'd also say the same. Just a little bit of knowledge from my mom, because number one, looking at her being divorced and becoming a single now a mom again, from a single mom to being married to becoming a single mom, like she taught me, like through observation. Number one, I learned a lot, like I've said, and then street knowledge also applies. Then a few things from my dad, especially sexually. Don't mix up men. These are the consequences of you mix up men. This and this and this happen, and street knowledge more literally. So there's in between of not like directly like you said, like kalishwa chini unaambiwa sasa even though life inakwanga now, like just a few hints because of them being conscious of other things.
Apparently mimi venye nilifunza about men, it was from because I'm from a very strict parents, like really strict. At 5 the gate is closed, job even up to today.
What?
as we are still adults.
5 a.m., 5 p.m.
5 p.m. and it's crazy because now my mom lives alone. Kwetu inaka kanisa, like unajua zile pillars za church at the gate, like it's been walled, like you can't see anything. So it's been an habit kwetu, you can't jump. Ikishafungwa imefungwa. My mom, rudi penye umetoka, and you know sometimes you don't even know where you're going. Ulikuwa na randa
Yeah.
So I feel like that's strictness for us. And then ulikuwa naambiwa acha kutembea na wavulana, like just on a but unajua like that unajua like it was not like they sat you down and taught you utashika fanya you utafanya nini and stuff, sex and have sexual conversation. Unajua mtu mvulana atakuwa approach ilikuwa wewe sitaki kukuona na mvulana ukitembea na unapigwa makofi unafanyiwa hivyo. Unajua, so for me I think and the respect part for me didn't come from like a man. For Sisi it was respect at home. My mom was high on respect. Like you don't talk, and I think maybe African people can actually say this, don't talk back to your elders, which I didn't understand.
Never.
Or and even up to today, my brother hata kama ni wrong, hata kama sister yangu, she has kids and stuff na ni mdogo wangu, if she tries to talk nuts, I'll be like unaongea nani ni rika yako. It's a term we used to have at home. Usiongee hivyo na mtu mwenye si rika yako. So I grew up just knowing respect your elders on a higher note. The last born that atoaga vyombo. Like it was a family thing. Eti tumeka wote.
I don't know about that.
Sisi ilikuwa hivyo. So you knew, like tukishakula wote, the last person kama Gero hayuko ni sistangu D. So we'll see Dindi anaamka atatoa. Kama ni tuko watatu, it's me, because now I'm the last one. Ilikuwa hivyo. So I knew that I knew for like being brought up like that, nilijua tu the respect part. And also like kunawisha mkono pia.
Of course.
Yeah, so unawishi like ilikuwa inaenda na age.
So
it was like that. Babako kwanza
then
and then
mom,
mamako and then you rest. And like that, unajua. So for me, respect was like in a family setting. So that is what I knew mostly on respect. But not respect a man. That was not. It's just respect everybody, respect your elders.
True.
Yeah.
That is so true. I think just people need to bring back I think parents, especially today's parents. For us, I think we're lucky enough we're gonna be instilling the right knowledge to our kids. For real. I think our kids are the luckiest actually.
I agree.
Because I remember I was talking to my brother because he was suspended from school because of strike and type shit. So nikakaa nikamwongelesha tena. Before I spoke to him, I was like, isn't it pia si tuko nafanya shule, you know? So I had to sit down first, collect everything and understand. I'm not talking to him to quarrel him. I'm talking to him to make him understand. And I was telling him, not you're lucky. Do you understand how lucky you are? There's a reason why my uncle told you to come back here. Because if you had gone there, it would have been vita.
The big one.
Ungefanya vitu kazi, ungefukuzwa hata mtamu pelekwe. Punishment ingine you feel, you ask yourself that this my parents. Ungejiuliza like, are this really my folks? So I was telling him, you're really, really lucky because our generation of parents are people who didn't give a shit. They didn't have time to sit you down, make you understand things on a wider level, you know. So it's
because me, my mom, my last frustration, ananiambia tafuta mwenye kupeleka, mimi nimechoka, and I had to sort myself after viboko.
It's crazy. But as we go to the next video, we have literally that is let me see before I get to give the wrong information. This is Kibagendi, who is warning the cabinet secretary Ndwale about stealing the SHA funds. Now, in case you're wondering what is the SHA, that is the social healthcare system usually that we have. They changed it from NHIF. Yeah, literally NHIF. They have not been working. It's the same medical system like the rest of the world has, but out from the UK, which it's free. Come on, try to draw mosquito. And Israel, you know, the rest of the world, we've seen how the medical covers, especially when it comes to black people, how they really don't work. So especially in Kenya, since specifically in Kenya, since Ruto became a president, things have been super now more tough. Like this guy is stealing billion and billion of funds. So we have some of the people right here calling him out, and I want to share the video.
You are crossed the border. We will not allow I have no hospital. We are everywhere. Anywhere. We will charge you the topic you used to try. I will charge you. Charge me. Charge me. We are not your Let me take this.
Sikia how entitled they are. Etiwezi kuja kunisomea. This is they're saying that okay, I've not really gotten the full information of the whole thing, where it is happening, what is happening, where, but it's literally something to do with the SHA. So we have Kibagendi. I don't know who Kibagendi even is, but of course we know Ndwale.
Ndwale is actually the Minister of Health right now.
Literally. So nothing is working. Where are the funds? That is the question.
It's a cartel, Joby. It's a new cartel of embezzlement of funds. So they just removed the old cartel. Maybe they weren't getting so much money. Wako like sindi tuko system. Acha tuweke watu wetu. It's just a new way. There's nothing different between NHIF and SHA.
True.
Like literally
The
NHIF was
same
not
system.
working.
Just the names changing.
That's the name change. And the worst thing is SHA got expensive. So it's more money, more stealing.
500 from 500 to
1500. It's thrice, you know. And people, it's not working at all. Like I am a registered SHA. But akuna keja hata dawa hata Panadol akuna. You see, as cheap as that. Hospitals hata ukiwaendea sahi. Niko na SHA nakwambia system hata ifanye hata ipata pesa zetu.
True.
Because they've been in debts for years, and then NHIF just went like that with Dennis Awase. So even hospitals don't want to use SHA anymore.
Of course.
They want you to have your funds. Well, let a do upewe service uende. At least I know the money's in my hands. So yeah, it's just a new cartel, and it's not something new because
It's been there.
It's been there, and I think ever since it was launched. We've actually been talking openly about it. So Ruto knows what he's doing.
Stealing money, that is what he's doing. Stealing the public funds. Hakuna kitu ingine.
I agree.
Like there's billions of funds that are being stolen in this government. I mean, it's crazy and it's so
Gani Ruto
mind-blowing.
kama si SHA, Ruto anatoa wapi kuwa the top 10 richest presidents in the world. Exactly.
Imagine.
Ni hizi pesa, hakuna story ingine. Cause hapa tunaongelea billions. Jobi 1500 on the lowest, na depend na salary. Wengine wanakatwa hadi 20k, hadi 15 depending on the salary they get. Uni minimal wage kwa mwenye na the lowest, ndiye anakatwa 1500. So imagine every month kila mtu mwenye anafanyia gava in Kenya, how much are these people making? Billions and billions of money on a monthly basis.
This is crazy.
So it's new cartels, literally just
This is happening as we had that was last week on Friday. The cancer patients were demonstrating. I'm trying to see if I can get the video. They were demonstrating that is happening. We have the lecturers who are also demonstrating.
Exactly.
Soon we might see the nurses and all that. And as all this happens, you know, a lot of patients, a lot of newborn babies die, especially during strikes. A lot of newborn babies ukufa sana. Nobody talks about that. So there's lack of accountability, there's negligence in this system, and they don't really care. And Sidani, we can keep on going this for so long. We can't.
And that's why I'm saying like people should just avoid this in my
We need to
Baya,
go
kama
Nepal.
unafanyia gava, mimi nasema hata gava ingepea watu why is it giving religious Muhammad or die? Kama utalipa SHA lazima ikatwe direct. Unajua ingepea mtu use an insurance company that you know works. I'd rather put my money in an insurance company najua itafanya anytime I need this what I talk for insurance than actually putting an insurance on the government company and it doesn't work. Because kama uko na hiyo pesa yako na ufanyi gava usiende SHA uweke pesa yako. Eka pesa yako kwa nyumba. Siku yenyewe ni mgonjwa, enda na pesa yako hospitali. Unajua? Hiyo 500 kwa 1500 napenda kila siku jieke kwa bank or somewhere or at home or invest in as a shareholder somewhere so that when you get sick unajua 1500 yako will count for the services you want.
But anyway, we have niece Wanjeri. I don't know if you know her. Chicha Wanjiko.
Yeah, I
Remember
know
Chicha
her.
Wanjiko
Yeah.
from Churchill? Shout out to her. She used to be my favorite comedian
She was
here time. She
funny.
was really funny. Then she was featured in sijui ni Ausoso Kaonga, not really. Ni Ausoso Kaonga ama ilikuwa? Kuna kipindi ilikuwanga in TV I really loved so much. Sikumbuki ilikuwa inaitwa aje ama Mbochi. Sikumbuki but anyway, yeah, so apparently she's been evicted from her house. And that was happening yesterday, and she came out to talk about the whole situation. Let me see if I can get the video. She gave words of encouragement. I just love number one how she didn't really come out number one just asking for help. She was trying to encourage people, anyone who's going through this, because apparently I'm just realizing watu wengi wanapitia like
Saizi watu wanapitia. I don't know if you've seen, I was telling you what or no, who was I telling?
yeah, I
Saizi
think
kuna
that
lot
was
of
what we're talking about in the
auctions.
morning. Yeah.
Auctions, watu wana auctioniwa, yani kunao mwingine sijai waona, niliona tu kwa BNN. Walikuwa wametoa video jana wakisema how they were auctioned, they took everything, their gas, their cookers, I think my influencer and all that. But they were saying, oh, wakuchukua gari. But I'm thinking about it, how people are coming to talk about it openly. And they were saying, siya tutaki pesa zetu, tuambia msituchangie, we'll just get back on our feet. But this is a video to encourage somebody who's going through it. I feel tumekanga au maselewa as if they are gods. They're not human beings.
True.
Unajua, you feel like every celebrity akona do.
That's true.
Ukiona celebrity kwa apartment ya 1 bedroom ama tuka single bed sitter, uko like mbona unaishi hapa. You don't actually know the hardness that these people have to create this content for. Kwa mkasubuhi kucreate your content, aende tao, hiyo ni fair. Uji content italipa mpaka fika 100,000 or 200. So these people also ni job tu kama job yako. I feel like ni venye tu wao wako kwa media. So you'll see them, you think it's fun.
That's true.
But it's not because you see the end product. These people are human beings. They go through human struggles. And it's okay. Like, it's okay jobi kukua down.
That's true.
People accept also where you are. You know, people also want to live above their means, which becomes a problem
That
in the
is so
name
true.
of a
That
celebrity.
is so
Accept
true.
where you are. I've been listening to a lot of financial podcasts. And there's this financial influencer, his name is Paul, and I was listening to him on Monday morning. I like listening asubuhi before nikiamka naeka nikioga nikiprepare. So he was saying the first thing for financial freedom ni acceptance.
That's true.
And he said he's not even gonna teach a lot. That day is only teaching accepting where you are, contentment. Niko hapa leo, hii ndio salary yangu, hii ndio na ujikubali. I feel like the moment you go in denial, you try to live a life that is not yours, you end up kama uwezi kula, kama ni 100 ndo budget yako, stick on that 100. Usijaribu ati acha leo nifanye hii, si kesho tutajua. That's how kesho utalala njaa. So it goes by first contentment. Accept where you are. If you don't accept, you'll actually get yourself. And I'm not saying it's not the same case, but it's an important factor if you want to be financially.
I agree.
Financially stable.
I do agree with you completely because that was the first comment I was to actually make.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is happening, which is from talking about ASEAN, whether the rumors are true or not. This is happening and affecting other people.
I agree.
Not just celebrities, you know. Kuna watu pia unapata mtu anapitia tu vitu kali hizo. Maybe ulichukua loan, you know, ukasema utalipa, especially because you know in January banks give loans a lot at the beginning of the year. There are people who are taking loans for school fees, there are people who are taking loans for businesses, there are people who are taking for many different things, especially at the beginning of the year. Watu wanakuanga ambitious mbaya. Then you have this goal set, maybe then yende venye uko una expect, and like you said, especially for influencers, if you work with brands, maybe there's a certain target before you get to be paid, or maybe they don't pay you or they delay your money. You know, you keep on telling these people what ntalipa, and time is moving on. And say probably kuna watu wanakuja kutafuta vacancy hapa, wewe umeshinda ukimwambia for the last 6 months hivi na hivi. So of course they're gonna kick you out. There are people who are not really patient.
I agree.
So live according to your means, number one. That is very, very important. Just because you're a celebrity, because you're on media, nishi kwa bed sitter but niko comfortable. I swear. I'd rather be living in a bed sitter but I'm really comfortable. Na mattress yangu, na stove yangu, like I'd really care hivyo too. Rather than I go live in a 5-bedroom or a to show who. If there's someone who should be trying to prove a point to, it's yourself, not the world.
The mirror, the person you see in the mirror.
That's the problem. The problem, people want to prove a point to the wrong. You want to prove a point to who? No one is even looking. That is you look. It's you looking and think they care. That's the problem.
It's your insecurity.
Actually, you know, it's you looking and you think they care. Nobody cares. It's your life. It's you against you. You know. And of course, I'm not saying like, cause this is why again also you understand. Because I was telling even a friend of mine today. They're going through something on that. This is the time where you realize who is your friend and who isn't. You know, like sai una go through this and this and this. Nani anakusaidia. So what are you learning from this? Because this has happened, so utafanya. It's not the end, but it teaches you something. There are a group of people, at least probably, shout out to someone like Asia, that happened. There's a friend mwenye atajitolea, maybe who's a billionaire. It's Asia bana, you know, let me cover this, and it looks like that it's breadcrumbs to them, you know. And if you really have good friends, that people should be. This is also the time watu wa media ukuwa tested. Because there's a whole lot of capping I keep on saying in the media of this is my friend, or because you met in an event you think you're friends. You know, you start putting some type of entitlement on. Nah, bruv.
Man,
nah.
there's a lot of
Just because you have someone's number, just because you they're not your friend.
And they're not
Get real problems utajua ni
And
nani.
I feel like maybe there's a lot of fakeness, mostly if you now like outside and meet people in these spaces of work. You're just like, wow,
It's crazy.
Yani hizi tulikuwa nasema kwa radio, niko hapa kwa ground naziona na zinanifanyikia, unajua, and you're just like, wow, this is how it is. Like, it is fake, it is super it's like the worst of the worst. And most of the time ukienda kutafuta your real people, hata si watu wako kwa media, unapata ngani mabesta kumko.
That's true. That
like,
is so true.
Unajua, and stuff
I
like
was
that.
just telling you what on how when I was doing my makeup earlier, how our industry is the most shadiest industry. It's crazy. The entertainment industry is the most shadiest industry. And if you're not really, unless you're new to it, you know, unless you're really new to it, coming excited, if you know, utateseka.
Utapitia.
Like it's the shadiest. So at this particular point, also I think it also teaches them something, because at that time now you go through your contacts, you call everyone, man, and one is coming through for you. Kila mtu analia shida zake. You know, like unajua pia mimi nimekava pia hii. That's when you just know literally who your friends. But let me share what she had to say. I just love the fact she was, number one, positive, and I'm wishing her quick recovery on whatever they have literally lost, the house, whatever.
She was auctioned?
Yeah. Walichukua vitu mingi, walikuwa wanafaa kutafuta nyumba, hata wana nyumba wajui penye wanahamia.
I'm familiar with this because I feel like this reminds me of my childhood. And I was really scared because it was hard. Unaelewa, because like I remember after my pops died, my uncle stole stuff. I think I've been open about it. Waliiba, like they stole everything. So the only thing they didn't actually have, my dad was into real estate, so they were like pieces of land and homes. So we are 5. My mom was basically a housewife. So tumesoma, pesa imeisha katikati. So I remember every time before niende shule, watu wa Kenya women, hata sisi sawa. That's why I hate banks and loans. Walikuwa nakuja kutuku vet. And that was every time. Wanakuja kuangalia nini iko kwa hii nyumba. Hapo ndio najua mamangu ashachukua loan ya sisi kurudi shule. And I don't know how she actually made it work, because they never came to pick stuff. I don't know how it was a miracle that she made it work, because it used to happen after 3 termination. After 3 months, December, January, before mwende, unaona watoto wawili na habari zenu, unaona wanatembea kwa compound, wanaangalia, aingia shike viti, aingia kwa kitchen, angalia kwa like another loan again. So it was like something like that, and now it gets scary when they come and carry everything and you don't have shit.
So they go sell their mama.
So unakuja ni kama magari. I have a friend of mine, shout out to Kev, anafanya kwa auction ya magari. Na alikuwa ananiambia Shumani, magari ni cheap. Magari ni cheap. Naomba ni cheap aje. Ananiambia imagine unaweza pata gari like Nissan. There's a new Nissan, like Nissan mpya. Ananiambia imagine unapata hiyo na 400. Hiyo Nissan ni 2 million. Ikibaiwa literally unaipata na 400,000 350. Niko like, how does that work? Ananiambia sisi ni auctioneers wa magari. So sisi tunakupea loan, you only deal with cars. Kata time yako imepita ndio ubaya job. Time yako ikipita like you, unafaa upeane pesa yako Tuesday. Wednesday asubuhi wako kwako. And there is no excuse. They take the car. Hata kama the car is worth 2 million. Si pesa yenye ulikuwa umechukua ni 200k. You can't. Si pesa ulikuwa umechukua ni 200 pekee. Wanakuja kuchukua gari yako ya 2 million. Wanaenda nauza gari si 200 ndio unataka. Utakuja rakaraka kubai hiyo gari 200k uende. Hivyo. So unapata people lose millions and millions of money because they put their stuff. So they come and sell it at yes, so long as amepata hiyo 10k yake yenye alikuwa amechukua loan, that's ataki kujua kama ulibai hiyo kitu 100k. they don't want to know. Wao washakuja, that's how they auction. So they don't care. They come and sell it for a throwaway. That's why people go for auctioning. Unasikia wanasema kuna auction pale, acha nikimbie nione, because they know auction is throwaway. That's why people go, because you'll find new stuff, very
at
good
very
quality
cheap price.
at a very cheap price. Hadi unaangalia like hii gari ni 400k aje, ni gari ya 2 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like that. It's sad, but that is how it works.
Damn.
Yeah.
Personally, I think not really, but I remember I was not really there. I think it is the time I was coming in my dad's life. I don't know what had happened, either to boost his business or something. He had taken a loan. So mali tulikuwa tunakaa, tulikuwa tunamwana kungu.
Yeah.
Where bed bugs. Usually kwa apartment, si nyumba yenu, apartment, the whole apartment has bed bugs.
Damn.
You try to kill bed bugs, they're not going. So hadi tukaanza kusema, my dad is still in spirit ya umaskini. Niko like, nah, it's you keeping us in these shackles, and it's because you're on a loan. So you can't afford a better house, so you have to keep us in this bullshit because you took a loan. Because nakumbuka aliuza viti, we had really pretty unique chairs, like really beautiful unique chairs. Akauza vitanda, akauza kabati. Like he sold a lot of things. So I remember we recovered literally a lot now after I joined, like from 4, from 3 up, which like I high school. Do I recover vitu mob? No, actually we were using it as a plastic, like my whole high school, from Form 2, from Form 1 to Form 4. So juzi when I went back ndo nilipata at least kuna viti mpya. Nika like, mlibuy viti kumbe, because I left plastic here.
Yeah.
Like it took him time to recover back, but damn.
It's crazy because that's how nasikia watu wanalia sana. Because vitu zenye hawataipata na hiyo price. Umeinvest and that's why people should actually avoid.
Loans.
Mimi kama tunaogopa ni loan,
Me
manze.
too.
Hata hizi tu ndogo za simu.
Me too.
Naogopa. Hizo naogopa sana.
Siwezi
Because I'm like,
jaribu.
loans will put you into shame.
Eri nicheze bet kuliko eri
I
nishinde
know.
nijaribu kushinda
Loans
lottery.
are crazy, man.
Eri ni risk so kuliko ni risk a whole house.
Yeah, because me I've seen my mom living in that life ya kulipa tu loan. So every excuse na kwanga unaja bado nalipanga ile loan yangu. Unaja it's just loan.
Yeah.
It's just loan your whole life. How do you pay loans
True.
your whole life? Like hata ukipata pesa kidogo ishaenda. So me that's a life, because I've grown up seeing that a lot in my life. I really don't. Hata kiniambia before I actually finished school, like this year, alikuwa anambia enda chukue loan. Kwambia mimi unajua kazi nafanya. Hatufanyi. Kwanza mimi nilimwambia sifanyi kwa nini serikali. So siwezi pewa. That has been my excuse because I can't get a loan.
Yeah.
You have to have like a bank statement and stuff like that. Of which lucky us, unajua on a lifetime or years. But imagine ungekuwa unaokia gavasi wanaweza kakupea loan na unakatwa huko. So mimi hiyo ndio nakwanga tu excuse like mimi sichukui loan, acha tu ni save ifike hiyo do. Which helps you a lot because at least you know you see your money. Loans will destroy you because the bank
And
is
they
always
put you
the
on
winner.
stress too.
Yeah, they
like,
do.
Unashikwa tu na unakanga tu uko na stress every time uko like if I don't do this on time they're gonna come.
They're
If I don't do
gonna
this on time they're gonna come.
And it's embarrassing. Imagine people just thank God this God nashikwa plot yetu. Imagine if you're living in an apartment job.
People just
they come carry kila kitu and people are seeing it. It's
crazy.
sad.
It's always sad, man. But let me share this as we literally wind up with today's conversation.
Today is the 29th of August. It's morning.
Niendo nasema.
Yeah.
Nenda bwanake.
Yeah.
Oh God, nilikuwa shangaa ni nani it influencers. No.
Teacher Wanjiko.
Kumbe ni yeye.
Yes.
I'm leaving this video because I'm shooting this video to share in future, because I know God is a God of another chance, and it is not that you are lazy or anything. So 29th of August 2025, we have never been this low in terms of life, and as we speak in the house, Latina kona auctioneers ndio wachukue kina wanachukua. We were behind rent for a few months, like 2-3 months. Makazi hazilipi, you work, it's not enough. It's that time. Tasha has not yet gone back to school. this is third term, second term actually bado haijalipwa, so that's why she can't actually even enter the school. I was wrong. It happens, we all say. And this season has taught me a lot, has taught me the friends that I have, has taught me to be peaceful in the midst of chaos, and God has been faithful. I haven't had such episodes like today because maybe it's the last day that you're supposed to move. You're supposed to move today. We have not yet gotten a house, but ndio tunaenda kuangalia zingine hapa tulipata. And so I know it's gonna be alright. I know that God will come through, and this video, I'm creating it so that I can encourage anyone who is going through such an instance and who is in a lower life, or who is going through what I'm going through. Don't worry, King of all kings will come through for you. He has been there for me. He has been there for my husband, for my children. And I also thank my house help for holding it together all this long, like 3 months without pay, and she's still working tirelessly. She has children. We literally Kinyadango, we literally
but yeah, vituka hizo, you know, the moment you could have seen from the, you're not gonna be able to pay this lady from the first month. Elwambie mtu mapema kama ako comfortable.
Si labda alimwambia sana anasema ishara tu cause kuna wengine job wanatuchukua vizuri mpaka ko like you'll get back to your feet. I know you've treated me well. All this time I've been, you're more than even like a bot. I'm part of this family. So they agreed to stay, Joby. They agreed to stay without even the bag. That nice. Happens. That if you get like it's a good employer.
It's very, very rare too.
Yeah, if you get a good employer, when you treat fiti, you're like, check, it's only a few months. Yeah. At the end of the day, when you get back to your feet, things are gonna be okay. So it also goes back to how you treated people at this point of your life, because you can also get low. Don't always feel like when you're on top, you're everything. It goes back to how you treated. If you treated people exactly, if you treated people well, people will be open enough to actually help you out. You know, if you treated people badly, nobody's gonna listen to you. And also like knowing your friends, mostly when you're a celebrity, like sizing it kina Churchill, kina Eric, those who have been in a workspace, and stuff. They didn't do anything for her. And I've seen now the new video Asha move out, because this was not the video they shoot August, 25th of August. That was 2 months ago. I may post Jana. She didn't post it immediately. I like the fact that she posted it after she figured out. Na Anya anasema na unasikia yeye na bwanake wakisema on the new video. Sis anasema because she posted it, because it's now 2 months from 25th, right? So at that 25th August ndio alikuwa anatolewa video. Akuposta alishika tu video akasema when I get back to my feet, I'll show people that it's okay to be in this space. And the new video they've even shown their house. Ako like bado tujabai vitu, hatuna chochote bado, but at least we have our space and things are picking up. And everything is possible. There's always gonna be mapanda shuka na kutakuwa na highs. Unajua? So accept where you are. Choose your friends wisely and just live by your means and treat people well.
True, man. But yeah, those are your closing remarks.
Those are my closing remarks.
Yeah, mine too. I'll say stay well. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in, Manze. It's life. Life has its own temptations in different ways. I was telling someone during the weekend, nothing is temporary. I think that's one of the things, one of my hardest hashtags. Like, nothing is temporary. Nothing is permanent. Sorry, everything is temporary. Sorry, yeah. Nothing is permanent, everything is temporary. Like, you're not meant, and especially looking it on the negative side, you're not meant to stay on the negative side. Like, the universe is full of abundance. The moment you understand that too, trust me, you'll never ever lack, and you'll always figure out things out. You'll always be sent people are gonna help you to figure things out. So don't give up. The number one rule is don't give up. The only problem is you saying now this is the end. You beat yourself down. You know, you decide to become now a nobody. That is up to you. But if you choose to stand strong and on business, trust me, you got it.
Just to add on that, I appreciate somebody who is a work in progress than somebody mwenye ako chini ya jioni. Just say I'm here and I'm working towards getting better. I love people with that mindset. Work in progress. Like, I know where I'm at, najua hii ndio kenye situation yangu, and I'm trying to get out of that. I'd actually support that person who is trying. Then when I say, this is the end of the world, this is my rock bottom. There is no rock bottom.
And then, wanna give up a laugh, please. Much love. Have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. We'll do it again on Thursday, same time, same place. This has been the Black of Fire Network, Media of the 21st Century. Subscribe. Remember, we have a charity on Saturday, so kindly send whatever you can by downloading our app on the Google Play Store. Black of Fire Network is the name. Through the app, we have the radio segment, we have the 3 upper lines. Ukisha click up, or once you click there, you'll be taken to our website where you also have the donation page. Send your $5. John Mosquito, we're waiting for your $2.50, or we're gonna put a case on you. Please stop playing. Thank you, Jiba Jaba, for tuning in, saying hi, ladies. Just dipped to say hi. Have a good day, and back to your black job. Thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, see you guys tonight on the Africa Today show.
Download the update. My bitch crew, girl, don't have tough years. In a London, say,